The Invictus Games, a sporting event for wounded, injured, and sick servicemen and women, is typically a platform for inspiring stories of resilience and triumph. However, this year, the focus has shifted from athletic achievement to a controversial moment involving Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex. Talk show host Graham Norton delivered a scathing critique where he publicly mocked Markle's interaction with a wheelchair-bound woman at the Games, labeling it a total show-off. Norton's accusation, while blunt, has resonated with a segment of the public who perceive Markle's actions as less about genuine empathy and more about crafting a carefully curated public image. But is this criticism fair? Or is it a cynical interpretation of a well-intentioned gesture? From the moment she stepped onto the scene, Meghan Markle has been a master of image management. Her carefully chosen outfits, her poised demeanor, and her engagement with the public have all contributed to a carefully crafted narrative. While some admire this attention to detail, others view it with suspicion, suggesting that her actions are often calculated and designed to elicit specific reactions. This skepticism has now extended to her interaction with the wheelchair-bound woman at the Invictus Games. Norton's comment, "total show-off," succinctly captures this sentiment, suggesting that Markle's interaction was less about genuine connection and more about performing for the cameras. The controversy stems from the specific nature of the interaction. Footage shows Markle approaching the woman, engaging in a seemingly warm conversation, and then briefly pushing her wheelchair. It's this seemingly innocuous act that has drawn the ire of critics. They argue that the gesture was unnecessary, as the woman appeared perfectly capable of maneuvering her own wheelchair. However, it's crucial to acknowledge that there's another side to this story. Many defend Markle's actions, arguing that she was simply trying to be kind and supportive. They point out that the Invictus Games are all about celebrating the resilience of wounded veterans, and that any gesture of support, however small, should be applauded rather than criticized. They argue that the focus on the wheelchair stunt is a distraction from the real purpose of the Games, which is to honor the sacrifices of these brave men and women. Furthermore, they suggest that the criticism of Markle is rooted in a deeper bias against her, fueled by media narratives that portray her as manipulative and attention-seeking. It's also worth considering the cultural context of the interaction. In some cultures, offering assistance to someone with a disability, even if they appear capable, is considered a sign of respect and courtesy. It's possible that Markle was simply acting out of cultural sensitivity, attempting to show her support in a way that she believed would be appropriate. While her critics may interpret this as performative, her supporters argue that it's simply a reflection of her upbringing and cultural awareness. The controversy surrounding Markle's interaction at the Invictus Games highlights the challenges of public life, particularly for high-profile figures like the Duchess of Sussex. Every action, no matter how small, is subject to scrutiny and interpretation. While some may view her actions with suspicion, others see them as genuine expressions of compassion. Ultimately, it's up to each individual to decide how they interpret this particular incident. However, it's crucial to consider all sides of the story and avoid jumping to conclusions based on limited information or pre-existing biases. The debate surrounding Meghan Markle's wheelchair stunt is likely to continue for some time.